everybody, and welcome to the Daily Scope for the 2nd of August. Okay, so today Mars makes a sextile to the Moon's North Node. Mars also makes a semi-square to Chiron, and Venus also makes a quintile to Jupiter, and Venus makes a square to Uranus. So if you want to know more about the sextile between the Moon's North Node and Venus's square to Uranus, check out the weekly scopes, which I've started to put everywhere so everyone can access this now, because I'm going to talk about those mainly on there from now on. On the daily scopes, all I'm ever going to deal with now are things like quintiles, biquintiles, quinquats, the sort of energies and semi-squares and stuff like that. All other aspects will be dealt with in weekly scopes. So the whole point of these daily scopes now are just showing you the additional energies in addition to the energies that I mentioned in the weekly scopes that are all also aiding us. And because I know that some people are used to these daily scopes, I didn't want to get rid of them completely all at once, but they will be phasing out from next year. There'll be no daily scopes, there'll just be weekly scopes, so enjoy. End of an era, but yeah, we must always evolve and move on to better and new things. So yeah, and the better and new things for you guys is that I am going to be basically talking more about natal placement. So what does natal Venus in Cancer mean? What does natal Venus square Mars mean? And all of that good stuff on a new podcast, which I will mention and give all details to very soon. So I just wanted to update the legacy listeners. Thanks for listening. Enjoy the next 4 months as we go peace out A-Town on the daily scopes, but we will always still be doing the weekly scopes. So yeah, today Venus's quintile to Jupiter positively allows us to be optimistic and generous and have kind of like good vibes and fortune in matters related to love, finances and being creative. So we can just feel more gratitude and satisfaction in our lives at this time, because there's a harmonious kind of balance of energy between Venus and Jupiter, and this creates a sense of growth and gives opportunity in our relationships and creativity. But negatively, the quintile to Jupiter can make us overindulgent and can lead to excessive spending and unrealistic expectations. But yeah, also we have to be cautious of being too optimistic or gullible at this time, and we can make hasty decisions without considering the consequences. So overspending, saying things we don't mean, thinking we can take on too much when we can't, and just stuff like that. So the best use of this energy is to connect with others, be creative, practice gratitude for the things that you have in your life, be generous and be mindful of maintaining a balance between being open-minded and being grounded. On the spiritual esoteric level, it just wants us to connect with our inner wisdom and a higher realm of consciousness, so a higher power, just by using your higher logic, thinking before you react and being more strategic in the things that you do over the next couple of days. And quintile energies, so also a lot of you may just experience this within just feeling like, yeah, I can really tackle life now. It may not be an outward thing for most of you. So yeah, use this time to be genuine, create meaningful connections, understand yourself and others, avoid being unrealistic. And Mars is semi-square to Chiron also can bring deep-seated emotional pain to the surface, and it just wants us to heal whatever comes up right now and overcome any inner conflicts that you may have with low self-worth or self-doubt. But some of you may face setbacks that sort of like just makes you feel sort of like insecure right now, because you just feel like, yeah, I want to go ahead, but then something's just stopping you. So this is pushing you to confront unresolved issues that get in the way of you gaining inner understanding and peace, and just being gentle with yourself as you look after your psychological and emotional needs, and allow yourself to enter that space within you where you allow yourself to let go of toxic thoughts and to forgive yourself and realise that the past is gone, but the future and now are still here, and you can actually change your life if you're willing to work through it daily. So content creators can talk about how we can build more healthy habits into our life, and how we can have more gratitude and bring more creativity, and how we can just use things like self-reflection, Tai Chi, exercise and creativity to get in touch with our emotions and to feel more blessed in our lives. So yeah, that was the daily scope for the 2nd of August.